Someone asked me the other day if I'd lost weight or been on holiday. Said I looked different, younger even. It doesn't matter what anybody throws at me these days. Muddy football boots, mouldy grouting, churlish shrugs from spotty teens. Oh, and burnt suppers when Guy forgets to tell me he's got a meeting after work. No, I just need to think about my time with Simon, when for 1 hour on some rainy afternoon, we are the only two people who exist. Simon says he loves the shape of my back as he presses against me, and he seems to appreciate every compliment, every movement I make for him, or grateful even, grateful for my warmth and response. But reading between the sheets, I get the impression that high-flying wife of his considers it a chore. I don't think real, honest affection must be part of her agenda. It's not something she could write a paper on. I suppose I just do what I feel and see where it takes you. Try to please him and he'll try to please you. I want him to want me more than anything, more than her. I want to be so much better than her.
He looked at her and ached for the time they could be alone together to share their closest intimacies. However long, it would never be enough.
I want him to look at me and want me and ache for me. Well, even if he can never have me. But I make it clear. I tell him we're not going all the way, although I'm sure Simon wants to. Says not to worry, he's had the snip. Probably thinks I'm worried about getting pregnant. I suppose it is a bit of a grey area for the woman my age. But it's no bad thing. We're not going there straight away. Perhaps I'm keeping something for him to come back for. Well, I still love Guy, you see. Although I know it must seem like... I really don't understand why. I mean, it just doesn't make any sense. I think Simon must still be nervous, because he's not exactly got the full Mars bar. It's still what you might call fun size. And on technical merit, Guy leaves him standing. Not that I mind, because I just love being with Simon. I think we've got a real chemistry between us. Although, well, I didn't expect him to be quite so unsure, not after 30 years of marriage. Well, I thought men were supposed to take the lead in that sort of thing. Guy always does. Oh. Anyway, when the excitement dies down, we curl up together and chat. Well, apparently when his wife retires, they're hoping to go on one of those round-the-world adventure treks, retrace the steps of where they went as students, only do it in more comfort this time. And I tell him about all the big family party we're planning next year for our silver wedding, hoping Guy's cousins can make it from America. Before he goes, Simon kisses me behind the door in the hallway and says, "Je ne regrette rien." This afternoon will be our unspoken bond, our invisible cord. Well, we both know it can never go on, that this has to be the last time. And he pleads with me not to tell anyone, and I mean anyone. We both know we'd sell each other down the river to defend our family honour. Even so, Simon leaves me with such a feeling of exhilaration. I want to shout it out, like when Julian got into Cambridge. I want to ring round and tell everyone. Oh, and by the way, did you know that Simon and I, well, yes, that Simon, the one on the Greenhouse and Gardens Committee, well, we've just shared the most wonderful heavy petting session on the floral duvet, right here on the landing. Well, yes, it was rather fun, and the magnolias surviving the frost very nicely, thanks for asking. I was dying to tell Barbara when I took her for chemo the other day. Well, just a hint. Confide like I might with my sister. Well, if I had one. But I couldn't. It's not allowed. Well, besides, it's not fair. Well, Barbara would give anything to enjoy Alan's retirement. Be here to see her girls through university. I know, but it doesn't feel like that. It doesn't feel wrong. Last week, I had to sit through the service at church on the adulterous woman and let he who is without sin cast the first stone. Simon says he doesn't believe in God. Oh, he's with Richard Dawkins on that one. Well, as a doctor, he feels there can be no scientific basis for religion. Well, if this is forbidden fruit, then I feel like I'm on top of a mountain. I can see for miles. I understand now about everything. Well, everything I've ever experienced and how it was leading to this very moment here with Simon. I've even stopped taking my antidepressants. It must be the release of all those endorphins. I'm no longer living my life in black and white. It's in glorious technicolor. And if Guy and the boys don't know, then surely there's no harm done. I'm a loving, dutiful wife and mother, performing all the right tricks. Only I get to feel like this. And I make someone else feel like it too. We both know it was a one-off, a bit of fun, a never to be repeated celebration of what we had both wanted, desired for a long time. It's just something I'll hold with me. A warm memory glowing here, inside, shared with a wonderful man. And now it's all over. It's all over. Oh, why doesn't he ring?